Shortly after his visit, Vance tweeted, "Today I met with the Holy Father, Pope Francis. I am grateful for his invitation to meet, and I pray for his good health. Happy Easter." So now we know JD Vance is bad at praying, too.
JD Vance craved validation. Trump chased applause. And Jimmy Kimmel came through with a comedic beatdown so ruthless, it could have doubled as a public service announcement. Picture two political props bloated with pride, contradiction, and a heavy dose of hair product. Then picture Kimmel swinging like it's a holiday special, and these two are the main attraction. From Vance's embarrassing displays of blind devotion to Trump's tantrums dipped in bronzer, nothing was spared. If you thought late-night TV couldn't torch a political bromance in record time, think again. This roast wasn't just brutal. It was a masterclass in public humiliation served straight up. No mercy, no filter.
Zelensky headed to London to shore up support from Europe, and Trump played golf for the 10th time since taking office, and he looks terrific. He really looks good.
It was just another uneventful night in late-night television until Jimmy Kimmel lit the fuse and unleashed a comedic flamethrower, torching JD Vance and Donald Trump like they were sunbathing next to a solar panel in the middle of a Category 5 ego hurricane. And let's be real. When it comes to these two, it doesn't take much to ignite chaos. Vance is a gutless loyalist with the backbone of a floppy car dealership balloon. And Trump's a walking gold-plated monument to narcissism who treats criminal indictments like they're glittery participation awards.
Sometimes I wonder in what world is the vice president of the United States calling into a giant-toothed podcast host to badmouth me and the people who watch this show.
There are these judges. Judge Boasberg comes to mind. Lots of judges who are trying to basically say the president can't exercise the powers of the presidency. You're an attorney. How do you assess the legal battles here?
Yeah, I bet all those judges are huge fans of Jimmy Kimmel, by the way. But I think, Vince, that, one, we have an appeals process.
Good one, JD. You shoehorned that one in real good. The results are in for President Trump's annual physical exam, and guess what? He's in excellent health. Of course he is. He eats right. He avoids unhealthy foods, diet soda. He manages stress. He doesn't hang on to anger. He gets a good night's sleep. He limits his time on social media. He spends lots of time with loved ones and gets plenty of exercise getting in and out of that golf cart. And he's got a body like Brad Pitt to show it. This is some report. His active lifestyle continues to contribute significantly to his well-being. He stays fit thanks to frequent victories in golf events. Which reminds me, congratulations to President Trump on winning the Masters this weekend.
Kimmel didn't ease into the monologue. He blew it wide open like a demolition crew with a vendetta. This wasn't a roast. It was a full-blown exorcism, cleansing whatever remnants of credibility these two still pretended to possess. Vance, once a loud Trump critic, has morphed into a groveling yes man, now clinging to the former president like a barnacle latched onto a sinking cruise liner. And Trump? He's not just lugging legal baggage, he's dragging an entire circus train of lawsuits, delusions, and flopped reality TV subplots behind him.
This is good, too. For whatever reason, Trump decided to send JD Vance's wife, Usha, to Greenland to meet with their realtor, I guess. I don't know why, but when they asked about it during a cabinet meeting yesterday, it didn't seem like Trump could quite remember her name.
Greenland is confused about the second lady and the national security advisor visiting this week.
I thought it would be I have great respect for the wife of our of our great vice president. I think she's a brilliant woman. She's a very nice woman.
The timing was flawless. Kimmel knew exactly when to pounce, and his comedic accuracy turned every punchline into a political uppercut. While the GOP keeps scribbling over reality with crayons and conspiracy corkboards, Kimmel wielded laughter like a surgical blade, slicing through the synthetic gloss to expose the absurdity festering beneath. It wasn't just hilarious. It was forensic, a dissection of delusion dressed up as leadership.
Promised to bring down on day one are still going up. You know the store Dollar Tree, where everything cost $1? Because of inflation, Dollar Tree had to raise their prices to $1.25. And now because of these big, beautiful tariffs, they're reportedly planning to raise prices again, which is a problem because the store is called Dollar Tree. And so now they've even had to make adjustments to their commercials.
Tariffs are here, and prices are heading up, up, up. But great savings are here to stay at $2 Tree, formerly Dollar Tree. Yes, with Trump's tariffs pushing prices sky high, there's no better place than $4 Tree to stretch your shrinking shopping dollar. And with Trumpflation set to explode, $8 Tree offers great selection at a price you can maybe still afford. So come on down and shop with us at make that $20 Tree. And thanks, Mr. President. You really hit it out of the f***ing park on this one. $50 Tree. Please help us.
Well, disrespectful shoplifting for me. And then we have the...
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe, because Kimmel didn't just roast them. He carved them up like a Thanksgiving turkey on Truth Social, stuffing each slice with sarcasm and dressing it in pure humiliation. It all began, as it so often does, with JD Vance once again embarrassing himself in public, which, at this point, feels less like news and more like a regularly scheduled broadcast, right up there with Sunrise and the latest Kardashian endorsement deal. There he was, rambling on camera like a busted MAGA chatbot, glitching its way through another round of blind devotion, defending Trump's latest courtroom fiasco with the wild-eyed fervor of a man who's swapped out his spine for a laminated loyalty pledge. You could almost hear the gears grinding behind his eyes as he tried to repackage felony charges into some heroic tale of patriotic resistance. It was the political equivalent of watching a raccoon attempt to give a TED Talk on cryptocurrency. But Kimmel, ever the steady-handed satirical surgeon, didn't even blink. He dissected every layer of Vance's canned nonsense, like a game show host unwrapping a prize no one wants. A sweaty, desperate box of empty talking points. "Congratulations," he might as well have said. "You've just won a lifetime supply of public shame and absolutely no self-awareness." And according to Vance, all of Trump's indictments are just political theater, which is rich coming from a man who's turned his own career into a low-budget off-Broadway tragedy with no intermission.
JD Vance celebrated his Zelensky sucker punch with a ski trip. The Vance traveled to the Sugarbush Resort, which coincidentally, Sugarbush is also JD Vance's Secret Service code name. But Vance, I think he picked the wrong state to relax him, because when he got to Vermont, he was greeted by hundreds of protesters carrying signs like "Vance is a traitor, go ski in Russia."
And right on cue, Kimmel went full scorched earth, because when a sitting senator starts treating felony charges like they're overdue library books, the only logical response is to roast him without restraint. Kimmel kicked off the takedown like any good exposé, with cold, hard receipts. Enter the before and after timeline of JD Vance's political metamorphosis, the kind of transformation where the before was a guy with a soul and the after is a hollowed-out talking vest. Once upon a time, Vance couldn't stand Trump. He spoke about him like someone who'd just survived dental surgery with a chainsaw and no anesthesia. Trump, in Vance's own words, was dangerous, toxic, and a slow-motion catastrophe. That was back when Vance still had vertebrae and a faint trace of self-respect. But then, plot twist, he sniffed out the scent of power, cash, and primetime bookings in the MAGA swamp, and suddenly, Trump was his favorite flavor of Kool-Aid. Kimmel had a field day, rolling out the clips like a greatest hits album of political self-implosion. One second, Vance is tearing into Trump with righteous fury. The next, he's nuzzling up to him like a golden retriever on a tranquilizer. If hypocrisy were an Olympic sport, JD Vance wouldn't just medal, he'd sweep the podium. And Kimmel? He just sat back, grinning like a man watching a circus clown juggle live grenades with the pins still in his teeth.
Announced that he will be attending the Pope's funeral. He said they're looking forward to being there, like he got tickets to Coachella or something. What are the chances Trump declares himself Pope? They're not zero. They are not zero. Then MAGA Teresa spoke about what Easter means to both him and America.
Speaking of special, Easter is special, and it's one of our favorite days. It's one of our favorite periods of time. We're honoring Jesus Christ, and we're going to honor Jesus Christ very powerfully.
The crowd didn't just laugh because it was funny, though it absolutely was. They laughed because it was painfully, pathetically transparent. Watching JD Vance pretend he's always been on Team Trump is like watching a guy at a high school reunion claim he invented TikTok. Cringe meets delusion with a side of desperation. And if you thought Kimmel stopped there, think again. That was just the appetizer. The main course? A sizzling montage of Vance's greatest hits in shameless bootlicking. There was the time he defended Trump's bleach injection ramblings, a moment so reckless it deserved its own Surgeon General's warning. Then came the Divine Comedy. Vance claiming Trump was sent by God, as if the heavens suddenly decided what America really needed was an orange-tinted demagogue with a Diet Coke addiction and a restraining order from reality. But the pièce de résistance? That unforgettable Trump rally, where Trump straight up mocked Vance in front of a cheering crowd, boasting that Vance used to despise him, but now kisses his, well, let's call it a ring. And Vance? He just stood there, grinning like a man watching his last shred of dignity get pancaked by a campaign bus he begged to ride.
Bella claims that Trump is 6'3", which he is not. He weighs 224 pounds. Just for comparison, Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love is 6'4", 219 pounds. Honestly, it's difficult to tell them apart. This one's even better. This is Baltimore Ravens linebacker Kyle Van Noy, 6'3", 255 pounds. I don't know. Maybe they just weighed Trump's head. The doctor said Trump's BMI is 28. Right. And so is his next wife, by the way.
Kimmel replayed that moment like it was the Zapruder film, pausing, rewinding, and zooming in on Vance's face as his soul practically fled the scene. If you listened closely, you could almost hear the faint sound of his dignity packing up its bags and booking a one-way ticket to Canada. But why stop there? Kimmel wasn't just roasting Vance. He cranked the blowtorch up to full blast and turned it on Trump too, because no late-night bloodbath is truly complete without a pit stop in the land of the Tangelo tyrant. Trump, at this point, is on trial for more alleged crimes than a Bond villain facing a midlife crisis, and Vance is out here defending Trump's hush money scandal like it's a minor mix-up over a lost dry-cleaning ticket. According to Vance, paying off adult film stars to cover up affairs is just another day in the life of presidential ethics. Kimmel nearly choked on his cards, laughing because this is the same party that once impeached a president for lying about a consensual affair, yet now they're calling criminal payoffs business as usual and suggesting the rest of us just take a chill pill while the man finishes his Big Mac.